Hello and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. We're going to be playing some Star Rail tonight. New patch dropped yesterday. And we only pulled on the banners and did not really do anything else. But there is a whole story that came along with the patch that we're going to start today. Alright, first things first, let's make sure that we're not going to waste any Trailblaze power. Okay, we're at 60, that's fine. Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. What? They do Glamouth for that, but not Sela? That is effect hit rate, and this one is the silly one. Wait, what? What do you mean? Why would that be a Bronya set? Oh, I guess that could be a... Huh. That kind of could be a Bronya set. I'd never even considered that as an option. But you really shouldn't do that. It increases your crit damage by 16%, which is fine. But the issue is that Bronya's best actual set is Broken Keel, which gives a fraction of her crit damage to her allies. Oh no, her ultimate gives a fraction of her crit damage to her allies, and the flat 10% that you get to everyone from Broken Keel is just so much better than the what you would get from using that. I wonder what they suggest for this. Bond Whack. I mean, that makes sense for Ting Yun and for Asta. All the break stuff. Yeah, I have one set and all my break units share that one set. Keep on adding more and more cool new stuff. Alright, let's do some story stuff. Alright, let's see what characters we're gonna use. I guess I'll look at the enemies first and then I'll decide. Homecoming War Dance.
Phew. What's up, Pom Pom?
Just got a message from the Loufu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition going? Soon, the Xianzhou Loufu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the Loufu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou. Thus, on behalf of the Seat of Divine Foresight, I'm extending an invitation to attend the ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Wow, things are getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another special event.
Yeah, me too. But wait, won't it look unprofessional if we attend 2 ceremonies in a row? Aren't we supposed to be focused on restoring astral charts and doing some serious scientific exploration?
So we should leave March behind to take care of the Express?
Hey, that's not what I meant. I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like Friday or Saturday.
I think I would welcome Friday and
The
Saturday.
Xianzhou Loufu has recently overcome a crisis by holding the war dance there, demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Pentaconey. You'll be totally safe under the family's protection.
No need to worry. The war dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights.
There are going to be so many hidden
Fought against
secrets.
The abominations of abundance and protected the Xianzhou ships. Aside from Starskiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
Aw, so that means we're not going to the Loufu.
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, March. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to attend the ceremony. So, here's the plan. Pom-Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou Loufu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, March, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
What do you two think?
Weren't we just talking about refueling? Like, I don't understand how fuel works for the Astral Express. I mean, obviously, we're able to just teleport around space anchors and whatnot.
I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to warp to the Xianzhou Loufu.
The story goes, is split in two, by the way. So we're in 2.4 right now, and that's going to have some fraction of the story, and the other half's going to be in the next version. interesting. They've changed the waypoints. Like, this is the optional portion, and then the main one is over there. That's kind of nice.
Into Abyss. What does she expect to find there? Current research on the Leviathan merely proves how little we know about such life forms.
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about uncovering the unknown. Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan fossils, I'll bring a few back as souvenirs for you.
Himeko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the war dance, the latter definitely sounds more fun.
Does it?
By the way, Danhung, this time you'll be taking a stroll with us on the Loufu, right?
Just let you two wander around aimlessly on the Loufu by yourselves? I don't think so.
They rescinded his banishment
Plus,
anyway.
Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended, and both the long life and short life species are still feeling uneasy. And that's why Jing Yuan wants to organize the war dance, to show that the Xianzhou Loufu is stable and safe. And since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I visit my old friend.
Look at him warming up to Don Funk.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories, you know? Well, it's nothing too poetic. I was just thinking about all the twists and turns we went through when we first arrived at the Xianzhou ship. This time, we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after wanted criminals. And we didn't have to sneak in through the cargo dock. This trip has been incredibly smooth.
She is jinxing this so
Quite
hard.
unusual, I must say. I'm just hoping for the best. You're the one jinxing us. Is the Starskip Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General Jing Yuan sent him to welcome us. But where is he?
Let's wait for him in front of the loom. It's the most prominent landmark on the dock.
I was gonna use Himiko on this and Herta, but like canonically, neither of them would be here. I mean, canonically, none of these people would be here, but like Himiko specifically said that she's off to deliver fossils to Herta on the space station, so this seems like egregiously non-canon. Let's see what I've got lying around here. Obviously, I want to have Hua Hua here because I just got through getting her done. Kind of want to get Sela because I always want to have Sela on the team. Let's just go with this for now. My Sela team. This is going to be a really powerful team eventually. So, I don't have all the pieces that I need yet. But I'm going to be eventually pulling for In the Night, which gives me a damage buff based on how much, a damage buff and a crit damage buff on the ultimate based on how much speed I have. So So it stacks up to 6 times. So once I get to 160 speed. And then I think that I'm already at 160 speed, but when you also combine that with Glamouth, where when your speed is equal to or higher than 160, then you get 18% more damage as well. That's like a 30% damage buff just for being fast. And then you know, I have E1 Huohuo now, so that's 12% speed buff. And then Hanya is just like always giving speed out, 20% of Hanya speed. And eventually I'm going to have E2 Bronya, which is going to increase my speed by 30% after taking an action. So this would just be a one super speedy team. Yeah, they're Blaziken.
Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment.
Ooh, Pepeshi. Okay.
Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right? Are you familiar with the Xianzhou Loufu?
We know a little bit about it.
Just being so
What do you
modest.
need?
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this ship to gather interesting materials for making dream bubbles.
Oh, we just left there. Oh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Loufu?
Exactly. We're Xianzhou experts.
Gotta go to Orm
But
Alley.
most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too.
Scale Gorge.
We know about that ceremony, but isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Loufu fighter jet. The radiant feldspar is bigger, I guess.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks, before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
Orm Alley would have been my first guess. Fixed-Troll Garden is pretty dangerous. It would actually be a very unique experience. There are ghosts that haunt that area, so, you know, not safe for them to travel to, but it would definitely give an ambiance that you wouldn't get in Penacony. Scale Gorge Waterscape is off limits to outsiders, and that is climbing atop the Ambrosial Arbor is very not allowed. Yeah, the Utopia.
Good idea. The everyday vibe of the Aurum Alley is a rare find on the planet of festivities.
I feel like Penaconians would be very bored by that.
Yeah, our clients have had their fair share of adrenaline-pumping dreamscapes. Maybe something down to earth would touch their hearts.
Thanks for the suggestion. We'll head to the Aurum Alley to gather materials. Maybe we'll run into each other there in a couple of days.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Really? Let's go catch up with him.
I'm gonna finally play the second part of the Scarlet DLC. I actually did not buy either of the DLC, and haven't even beat the main game for Scarlet and Violet. I actually was enjoying it quite a lot, but the problem is Star Rail came out, so that kind of slowed down a lot of other games being played.
There you are! Everyone, this way!
So lively. There's so many more NPCs than usual.
It's been a while.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yen Ching, are you...
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yen Ching, are you a little bit taller than before?
We've only been away for a few months.
Also, Yan Cheng is like much older than you.
Really? The General is always worried I won't grow much taller. But I keep telling him not to worry about it. Sorry for the delay. With the upcoming war dance and the Starskip Haven being so busy, things are a little hectic.
Seriously, I've never seen the Loufu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskip Haven, I understand why General Jing Yuan chose this timing.
Also, that was actually pretty like good information. So Dan Heng actually just said that we've only been away from the Loufu for a few months. So after the events of 1.6, I guess not even 1.6, 1.4 was really the end of the Loufu with the ghost tales and like the end of the story. So then 1.5, 1.6, and all the way through 2.4, which we're in right now, was only a handful of months. So I guess Pentaconi was only a couple of days then, really? In real time. And all the leading up to that was, you know, weeks each, I guess.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who've come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskip Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Loufu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhu Ming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings. Yeah, the Xianzhou Yaoqing is a major force in hunting down abominations, and is always engaged in conflicts across the cosmos. Although it's a member of the Xianzhou Alliance, I don't know much about it. But Madame Kong from the Skyfaring
Guanifen's from there.
mentioned that the Yaoqing always sends back reports of great victories, which is quite impressive. I heard General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is a young and dauntless lady. My peers say that she's like a goddess of war, capable of crushing dozens of abominations with a single punch. I wonder if it's true. If only I could witness her prowess with my own eyes.
I mean, aren't you going to?
By the way, Yenching, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astra. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
I agree.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
We'll go with you.
Man, I wish I had Yanqing as a character. Totally would put him on my party for this.
Borison? Why are there Borison here? This ends now.
So, Bloodlust, blah blah blah. Use a certain stack, Moonrage. Moonrage is... Okay, so it doesn't actually say what Moonrage is. But they do blast attacks, generally speaking. This one does single target damage.
I shall be the judge.
They're fast. Real fast.
Assistance is timely. Lend me your strength. Still in denial. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. Don't mess with me. By the will of the Ten Lords. The Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained. Don't come any quicker!
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
I'll end your misery. This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Well, never got to see what the Bloodlust does.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea
Oh, well.
of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Not good. Thanks for the help. Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
You guys alright? We good here? You're just taking photos? You're not dressed like a Ciencio native. You look like a Pinnaconian.
Wait, my sword! Let's just get down to business first.
Don't you have like a million of those?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Skinjo friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry.
Oh, that was the
We've been ordered
IPCs.
to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
But this shipment isn't even meant for the Loufu, and it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
According
No,
to
that
the
wasn't
protocol, all cargo arriving on the Loufu must go through inspection.
But we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisists.
In the air? That
Looks
doesn't
like
make any
this argument
sense.
could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution. in charge here? I need some answers.
Oh, who is that?
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment. I take full responsibility.
That's the designed character.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borisin prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a Starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision without ever touching the ground. Who allowed a prisoner transport ship to dock at the passenger terminal?
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the Ju Ming's diplomatic vessel.
Who are you?
I'm Lu Jun, officer of
Lu
the Patrol
Jun.
Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly.
That could be a 4-star.
Held against the captain. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the
Shoban,
Borisin
Lu
just before
Jun.
arriving, and the Ju Ming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
That still doesn't make any sense. How did the IPC ship that's flying around get attacked by the Borisin? Do they know? Can the Borisin fly ships?
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Loufu, and the Juming envoys saved them? This sounds complicated.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. The Ju Ming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure, docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Loufu. You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Loufu, the Starskiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport Starskiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the security department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the aftermath. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seed of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, you look much
Much more mature.
mature now, Yanqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with.
They could be people. You don't know.
Yeah, those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time. The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible
So they
as the
can
swarm disaster.
fly ships, basically.
The
They're
Alliance
not.
even had a
They
fierce
actually are
war with them
intelligent.
3 decades ago. Their presence has faded over the years. But who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Central Loufu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual to me.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. It seems like the IPC and the Borisin have some serious grudges. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me to take you to the Palace of Astrum. I'd love to chit-chat a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
Is it a serious matter? Maybe you'll need our help in hunting down the Borisin?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
I doubt she did it on purpose.
Don't remind me. I just zoned out for a moment, that's all. Alright, let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
Uh-oh.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Maybe he means that in a way that he's the good guy? I mean, sure, he has those sunken eyes like an evil villain. And his color scheme is like gray.
We'll see to it that these criminals are sent to the Shackling prison as soon as possible. Cleanup operation is already underway.
But maybe he's still a good guy.
There's no need to worry about anything.
Thanks. By the way, you're an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad, right? I don't remember meeting you
I'm sure
before.
we've never seen him before.
Well, I'm just a junior officer. I recently returned to the Loufu from the front lines. Was temporarily assigned here for security duty before the ceremony.
And Yan Qing, who's a lieutenant, doesn't recognize him at all.
Terrifying.
But maybe there's nothing weird about him. Yeah, let's catch up on chat here. Blazekin says, I love making Pokemon teams. Made a new team for the first DLC. I'll make a new team for the second DLC. I think I did that too. Pretty sure I did. I also really like making Pokemon teams. I think that making teams is like the best part about Pokemon. Like, I don't even really like the battling that much.
It's been a long journey, Elder Wyatt. Thank you for your presence.
Don't mention it. Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
Gotta watch out for new books and reading material in general on the ground.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express. Oh. Well, it's an honor to be in your dreams, my friend.
No, I didn't realize that didn't actually happen.
General Wyatt. He's
Wyatt.
the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhumin, known as the Flaming Heart.
So he has the same title as Jing Yuan then.
Allow me to introduce you to General Wyatt.
Huayan.
He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhumin, known...
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who come.
This guy's probably the strongest general in the entire
Elder Wyatt is
Xianzhou.
not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty. I had no choice but to answer the call.
So in the same way that when Jing Yuan retires, Fu Xuan will take over. He's retired, and then his you know, not predecessors, but like his proteges retired and then he came back. Or maybe they died, I don't know. That's Yoon Lee, isn't it? Over there in the corner, over Dan Hung's shoulder at the left side.
Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Huayan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Huayan.
I didn't get to be fully
No
formal.
need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Loufu, same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you in the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Dan Hung, March 7, and her. Without their help, I'm afraid the Loufu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Loufu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
I am not
more
him.
than welcome, General Huayan.
And this young friend is?
He doesn't know who I am?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Loufu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today.
Oh, this is
Oh,
her grandfather.
I almost forgot. This is my
Or-
apprentice, Yoon Lee.
I think it is also her grandfather.
It's you! Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
What a coincidence. I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Oh, now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
She helped me capture the escaped Borisin prisoners at the Starskip Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my flying sword with you.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
He's calling it a dagger.
It is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
No, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield. As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target. By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borisin prisoner would have gotten away.
That's probably not true.
Hold on a second, Lee. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
So much for Loufu's sword masters.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone. With all due respect, you don't honor your sword. So you don't deserve it.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Probably not. War dance coming right up.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful. Because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borisin.
you two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship, most notably the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yun Li, who is among those ranks today, I must say she definitely has that fiery edge.
So on the Loufu, they have the legend of the Cloud something quintet, which was Jing Yuan, Blade, Dan Feng, and then Jing Liu. Jing Liu? No, Jing Liu wouldn't be in that list. One of the people, someone's lover, I forget who. I think it's a Foxian, and then I don't know who the last one would be. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. Well, I think one of them was actually just like a short-lived species, like an engineer or something like that, that died or something like that. But we're able to play as 3 of the 5, one of which is like dead. Not one of which is dead, but like one of the 5 is dead, and of the remaining 4, we have 3 of them playable. One of them is a Foxian that died forever ago. But now we're learning about the Flame Wheel Octet. So we're seeing one of them right here, but now there's another 7 out there that we have to be introduced to. And they're all related to just the Zhu Ming. Meanwhile, we've also heard about the 6 Arbiter Generals, one for each of the ships of the Loufu. So there's all sorts of like different groups and factions within the Loufu that you could try to collect.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yun Li is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered. So please forgive her. She's being rude.
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yanqing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yun Li to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Loufu during the crisis.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yun Li. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
They're gonna fight.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Loufu and could use some help settling in.
Yanqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, you go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Qingzu sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Loufu has no intention of violating their rights.
I'm on it.
I'm sure this is going to go terribly.
I'm sorry for Yanqing's rudeness.
Not at all. Taunted by Yun Li like that even a training dummy would be angry. You've taught your apprentice well. If it were me in my younger days, I'm afraid I'd have drawn my sword and fought. Yanqing can understand your concerns. On the other hand, Yun Li is still a naive girl who's only interested in swordplay. Honestly, I brought her here to participate in the war dance because I want to broaden her horizons.
Good to know.
This trip is totally worth it. Compared to the Juming, the Loufu is so much livelier. But it's a shame the Loufu swordmasters don't seem that great.
I feel like Yanqing has to, like, beat her in the story, right?
Glad to meet you too. Are you here to participate in the war dance? Of course. To honor martial arts, the Cloud Knight's ring is always open to outsiders. If you can defeat the ringmaster selected by the Xianzhou, you'll not only win rewards and prizes, but also be making a name for yourself. Sounds tempting, doesn't it?
I would like to do that.
That's how outsiders refer to my peers in the Juming Cloud Knights and the Artisanship Commission. We all train under Grandpa's guidance, learning the art of craftsmanship.
Oh, she's part of the Juming.
That's how we got that title, I guess. Just don't mention it in front of Grandpa. He always says that empty titles bring pointless challenges and conflicts. We Juming swordmasters pride ourselves on the success of the group over the individual. I have some things to do. Besides, little Yanqing doesn't seem too
Little?
happy about me tagging along. Yeah, you're right. I took it with my skills. So I guess you can say I'm a robber or something. How dare he imply I'm a thief? Totally different. Besides, the sword seems scared of its own master. I'd like to ask him. You claim to cherish your sword as your life, yet you don't even recognize the state it's in right now? I didn't intend to keep his sword. I was planning to take this chance to return it to him. But now, I've changed my mind. I'll give that poor flying sword some proper maintenance. I won't consider returning the sword unless he learns how to say please, hello, thank you, and sorry. So he can forget about it for now.
Alright, well.
Hey, Don Hung. I thought all the Xianzhou generals were like Jing Yuan. But that General Huayan, he looks so thin and scraggy. As if even a light breeze would knock him over.
I feel like he's
Is
probably
that
the
old
most
man
powerful
really
one of
an
them all.
Arbiter General?
Well, each Xianzhou ship has its own division and specialty within the Alliance. Not all of the Arbiter Generals are good at leading the charge. You heard what Jing Yuan said, right? General Huayan was once the head of all the skilled craftsmen on the Juming.
In addition to be a martial arts master. Actually, why does he look so old? Xianzhou natives don't actually age. Like, they don't look like they age.
Yeah, you've noticed that too? It's really weird. Do the Xianzhou
I didn't
people
notice that
age?
until you just
I
brought it up
rarely see
as a
old
text
people
option.
on the Xianzhou ship, and when I do, they're usually travelers. But General Huayan looks like an ordinary old grandpa. Is he really a Xianzhou general?
Good question. He's right there. So why don't you ask him yourself?
Nah, I'd like to live a little longer.
We should leave. General Jing Yuan asked Yan Qing to entertain us, so obviously, he has important matters to discuss. Let's not waste any time here.
This is the report Qing Zhu just sent me. Let me take a look. Huh. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease. Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
It is the Loufu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the Marshal?
The Marshal? That's a new phrase.
You're overthinking it, Jing Yuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives. However, I have no clue what the Yao Qing Arbiter General has in mind.
A space shell.
Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Loufu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yao Qing,
That's also face shell.
she has come specifically for you. Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huaiyan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
Mose.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yao Qing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the
Mose,
Merlin's Claw.
okay.
It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Jiaoqiu.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of... Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jing Yuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Welcome in, Mighty Muse.
Drat. I forgot to ask you and Lee to return my sword. Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little reserved. Could it be because of Elder Wyan's visit?
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhu Ming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yao Qing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jing Yuan, just like the crew, right?
War Dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more. Maybe they've come to hold Jing Yuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Loufu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Loufu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Loufu, implicating Jing Yuan himself? Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish. The General must have had that in mind when he invited us to attend the war dance.
What was I thinking? Seriously. Here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
Your mark is cursed.
I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Zhuming diplomatic ship has arrived. And rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Loufu.
Oh, this Lingsha.
An alchemist from the Zhuming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Loufu? Well, it's not unheard of. The timing itself.
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Hung. Now I finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now. I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything. Did I say something wrong? Again?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone.
kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right?
3 of them, in fact.
What's with you turning into a scaredy cat? I didn't see you worrying about lawsuits when you wrecked that giant mech.
Well,
Giant mech?
since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
Maybe she's referring to the Bellabog story mission. When with Topaz trying to take back the money owed to them by the Euro 6. Trying to think how I would actually like go there on foot. Cloudford. So definitely not Cloudford, that's a dead end. Stargazer, Novella. Also a dead end. Exalting Sanctum. Okay, close. So if I go to Exalting Sanctum, then Divination Commission, then Artisanship Commission. Just finished Pikmin 4 yesterday, starting summer 2023.
If there's nothing pressing, let's
1 year for a game? That's like not so bad. I mean, Pikmin 4 is, I'm assuming, a pretty short game, so you probably just didn't play it very much. Like, I think that usually when I do RPGs, it takes me like at least 4, but usually like 8 or so months to actually go through a game. Why is there a side crane here? Man. It's gorgeous out here, but like, sure there must have been some event that I did. I probably finished whatever it was. good to just check to make sure that there's nothing hiding up on these rooftops. I think this is where, that room right there is where Kafka was hiding with Blade. Oh, hello there. Are you two okay? The same person that beat Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl in 26 hours.
Still in denial?
It's gotta be different, right?
I shall be the judge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that you didn't play it as much.
Persistence is timely. Lend me
You
your
like
strength.
really changed Tuoho's voice like a lot.
I'll end your misery.
This is serious. Recount.
Who's next?
I shall be the judge.
Don't mess with me.
By the will of the Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained.
Look at all these speed boosts. Like, what? What is going on here? Hackerspace for 12%. So right now I'm at 217 speed on both Sela and also Hanya. Yeah, I think that's enough speed. With attack boots, by the way, of course.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. A sharp scythe needs targets.
Are you two okay? Rumors about the manuscript of Delirium. Oh, this must be some side quest that I was supposed to be doing. Even though I'm like almost done with every Penacony quest, there's still a handful of Loufu quests that I haven't finished. Open it and take a look. Put in your inventory just to take a, just to put it back where you found it. Oh no, it actually had a negative impact on me. Don't read it, don't read it, don't read it.
I shall be the judge.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again! Protect me!
Your assistance is timely. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them. Give it up. Who's next? I'll end your misery. Lend me your strength. I'll end your misery. Recount. I'll end your misery. Lend me your strength.
What's my regular speed at right now? I'm at 159, which is one shy of the 160 that I need. That's unfortunate. I'm actually going to need to get one more speed stat somewhere. I don't particularly want that to be the case. Kind of like my stats the way they are.
Needs targets.
Where's that thing?
It's completely unnecessary for me to do all this combat, but like, I don't think that if I just went and did the story stuff, then it would actually give me any combat to do at all. So,
By the will of the 10 Lords, the 10 Lords' decree, hereby ordained.
Thieves or devils. I'll crush them all.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies, illusions of the past. I'll end your misery. Recount.
it's basically I just wanted to have a little bit of combat for today's stream.
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people?
Oh, this guy again.
In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason with you here.
That's a new voice and person that I've never heard of before.
That toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Aurum Alley?
Yes, you have. That's Scott.
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general.
I mean, he'll just tell you to get it checked.
You jerk! Who are you calling a dog? Wait. Why are you here? Staying on the Cienjo, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Aurum Alley is an optional side quest. I'm wondering, are you able to do this story without having completed Aurum Alley? And I wonder how it would change the dialogue. I mean, it probably just would remove some stuff, maybe? I mean, I had an extra dialogue option of saying, hey, isn't that Scott that I know of? Or some from Aurum Alley?
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
They're in trouble? No, it's me! I'm the one in trouble!
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protests in the Shikwei. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Loufu before? Why did you come back?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology!
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Loufu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
You know, the IPC has a history of having, like, inter-solar system weapons. So if you think about, you know, an atomic bomb wiping out a whole city, the IPC has weapons that will wipe out portions of a galaxy. What was it, like 48 trillion people, 48 trillion lives lost in one weapon strike? So you should not trust the IPC.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, a
According to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC.
Then let me do it.
I heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
So I'm able to just be around him without actually speaking to him. We just crossed an hour and a half. It's almost midnight. I think they were going to call it there. There was not very much for us to do today. I mean, we're progressing the story. So we're going to have to like do more of this either tomorrow or Friday or something like that. Yeah, so far, we've gotten introduced to Yoon Lee, her grandfather, Zhao Che, Mose. We're about to be introduced to Fei Shell. Like, we're just getting the pieces together. There's like a lot of dialogue. I know that a lot of people will just mash the X button and skip it to get to the combat and story and to see the shackling prison, but there's only really like two things to do in this game: fight and read. And if you skip all the reading, then the only thing you have is combat, which is fun, but it's good to have variety. So tomorrow we got Smash after work. I'm gonna bring my stuff to work like I typically do. We're gonna be playing for the first time in maybe a month, on stream, offline. And then on Friday we'll probably play more Star Rail because we're very early on in the story and I want to get through all of it sometime. Let's see if we have enough for some polls. Saturday we're going to be doing Pokemon Unite. Maybe some Smash. Haven't been doing that many viewer battles. We need to do more viewer battles. We do not have enough for a 10 poll, so we will not be pulling. Tomorrow's a new month though, so we get new characters, new possible 4 stars, maybe Yukong, maybe Shui Yi, maybe Gallagher. I'm basically would only pull Yukong or Tengyun. Anyone else? I don't particularly care. I think I probably would have E6 on anyone else anyway. Maybe Hook. I would also pull for Hook or spend on Hook. Anyway, Saturday, Unite or Smash. Sunday, probably more Star Rail, but also maybe some Tactics Ogre. Since it'll be a Sunday, I'll have time to actually get through that story. We're actually almost at the end. I suspect that we're about 6 to 8 hours away from the end of Tactics Ogre. That'll be another one complete, which will be good. Yeah, I don't really want to plan further than that, so if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.